Hi YouTubers, this is Michelle Ramon. Thank you for joining my channel. Today is going to be a sad day for me because I've realized that trying to get the support I need during a hard time of losing my kids and being brutalized in California, my family was not supportive at all. I mean, my dad was, and he tried to get Desiree, and my kids were in a position to get them, and my mom made excuses about that she had a heart condition. But then you see her kayaking and stuff, and it's like, no, you don't. You just, you just want to let some cricket agency beat me and my kids out of over 50 grand when you could have stopped it by asking them for evidence. You could have said, what do you have on my daughter? All this is just, all the reports was just a bunch of he say, she say. They've never known me to beat my kids or medically neglect them. And I'm a trained daycare worker from Nevada. But when I needed the support, they didn't give me none. I know friends that have gotten their kids taken for worse things, but their mother was at every court date fighting and arguing with those people and saying, okay, well, show me what you got on my daughter, other than she was just arrested or whatever it was, And I've never been in jail prior to that. Like afterwards, I had some tickets and stuff. Yeah, from traffic. It was never anything criminal. And I volunteered for the parenting classes. So me and my friends in California are going to do a podcast. They're going to let me know, and I'll share this YouTube video with them too. But that I'm officially disowning certain people in my family who just were not functional enough to care about me, and at times just said fuck me and yelled at me or tried to neglect me, like ignore me or lie about family events and never even tell me that, I found out later that I wasn't invited to my baby sister's wedding reception, and I cried my eyes out in a motel. I wasn't invited to my sister's daughter's graduation, and I cried to Takina. I got eyewitnesses that know all the effed up stuff that my family does to me, and they try to sugarcoat, like, oh, like I got a card from my mom that said pet the dog. Like when I was going through losing my kids, why would I want to pet my dog? Why don't you call those people and ask them to prove any abuse or neglect? Like show proof of it. Do you have marks? Do you have bruises? Okay, then you technically have no jurisdiction over my daughter's children. And they don't. And it's going to go all over the place to the police. I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to stop fighting. I don't care if I even finish my college education. This is important to me, to fight for justice for my daughters who went without a mother for almost 10 years. And then I had no family support, just judging me, gossiping about me, just being evil to me, like ignoring me when I call, not inviting me to family things, and just being very evil on top of that. And I had to deal with all that and cry my eyes out. It was horrible. But I'm disowning my family, some of them, as of today. Today, what is the date? Ooh, I will not be talking to them ever again in this life. I forgave them, and I prayed with some girls outside I was talking to. They're from Boston, and they couldn't get back to Boston because of their flight. And I'm just, literally fed up that I am like the whipping person of this family, that they have no reason to hate on me or anything. I raised all my kids in the church. I give to my friends. I give to my family when I can. I don't know what this is all about. It's a lot of haterade and jealousy in my own family. And that's why I'm doing this YouTube, because you can't be attractive and you can't have a good personality and you can't be kind and you can't be nice, because people will label you something else. And you can't even be a good mom. You can't volunteer for a parenting class that you were entitled to because you're a victim of domestic violence. And I've been a victim of domestic violence all my life, basically. My mom and dad didn't get along and they used to fist fight and all that. And I've been a victim of domestic violence all my life. So I really wanted that class. I was looking forward to taking that class. And Santa Cricket County wanted to steal money from my home and slander and libel me as a parent and ruin my reputation in the criminal justice field. I haven't even been able to finish my degree. So I'm not playing a victim or anything, but they did victimize me and my children. My daughter was scared to go to class. She was like, I don't want to go to class. I don't want to go to class. But this is real stuff that they did. They brutalized me. I got yelled at by a Morgan Hill police officer. He's like, why did you come to this town? I had to watch my kids get chased by sheriffs, and I was crying at a church group. There was eyewitnesses, Megan, her teacher, her school teacher. And I'm going to share this video with, the Gilroy Unified School District about what they did, and brutalized me, like got their whole county against me. And Chamberlain's Mental Health Care is some cricket therapy office that was writing, bad letters and stuff when I had just barely enrolled my kids, and they didn't even have consent. They violated my daughter's HIPAA patient privacy. I said, no, you have to have consent to talk to my kid's therapist, and I don't consent to that. And then they sent somebody else to just casually walk up and talk about my kids when they still didn't have consent. They get the consent after they kidnap your kids and after they brutalize you and do all this stuff to you. And then I didn't have no family support or, nobody fighting for me. I was the only one fighting to get my kids back and protect our assets of the money that they stole. They stole over 50 grand of federal checks. And this will go all over to the media. This YouTube will go everywhere it needs to go. And Lord, I just prayed that my family will be okay without me, because they don't want to have me as a family member. So I'm going to do them that favor and just stay away from them and not talk to them no more. And I'm not going to be in their life no more. I'm basically going to hang up on them. I don't have no bitter feelings or animosity. I just regret having a family that is this dysfunctional, that they would do this to me in my crisis, in my time of need. And they're not my family. I've had friends and street people show me more love than them, and I'm done. Goodbye to my so-called family. I love my dad. My dad's the only one that I can really count on in this life. And they were always jealous of my relationship with him, and they were doing some underhanded stuff to me and trying to gossip about me and none of that stuff that they've ever said about me is even true. They said that I borrow and I don't pay back. Okay, well, they've borrowed a lot of times from me and they've never paid it back, and they're the ones that did that. I always try to pay people back. And my mom and dad, borrowed money from my husband, and that was something else. I didn't know nothing about that. And they had a big house and everything, but I'm not here to say nothing bad about my mom and dad, but my mom is suffering from mental damage or whatever happened to her, and she's not a good mom. She's a narcissist. She's been narcissist for a long time. I believe she has NPD, and I believe, other family members have it too, but, I'm not going to put their name out there. It's narcissist personality disorder, and I believe my mom has it. And my sister's a trained therapist, and, she tries to not speak to me and act ugly to me too. So that's fine. I don't have to talk to them. They're not my family.